This is how I view educational videos every day to enhance my skills. I'm Melvin, CEO and founder of Senior Studios, an agency which specializes in creating virtual branded environments in popular games like Minecraft, Roblox for major brands such as Lego. Now, one key aspect of having been able to work with major brands like Lego is that I educate myself on a daily basis. And in today's video, I want to take you through that process of how I curate that in my schedule. First off, I create a playlist where I save all of the interesting workshops that I find interesting or potentially valuable for my lessons that I want to learn, or something that is specifically a skill I want to learn in the future. Now, I follow some specific key influencers, or so-called business content creators such as Danko, Alex Hormozi, Leila Hormozi, Dan Marchell, and many more that have uploaded past content that is valuable. So I know that the future uploads that they do will also be potentially valuable, most likely. So the way I do it is that I subscribe to them, and whenever they upload a new video, if the topic of that video is valuable for me, I simply add it to this watch later list, where I essentially curate all of the potential educational workshops or videos that I want to look at in the future. I then have a task on my Trello board, which is my schedule, that every day I watch at least 1 hour of educational content. So the way I've structured my day is that I work deep work from morning to until lunch. I then eat lunch without any phone or any sort of distraction in that regard. I then take a break for 1 hour after I finish lunch. So I have my lunch, and then after that, the timer of 1 hour starts, where I watch, for example, YouTube content or Netflix. So it's essentially a complete break for me to just enjoy entertainment. But the important part with this process is that however long I watch YouTube entertainment for, which is at max 1 hour or at minimum 30 minutes, is the time that I watch educational videos at minimum. So if most of occasions I take 1 hour break to watch entertainment videos on YouTube for 1 hour, I then take a look at different workshops and educational videos for at minimum 1 hour. That is the usual process. While sometimes it could be a fully packed day, such as the day where I'm recording new videos like today, where I then took just 30 minutes break and then did 30 minutes of watching educational videos. This is to ensure that I stay away from the community or from work for at minimum at 1 hour after lunch. This process have been very beneficial for me. I found it to be very useful and valuable to have that 1 hour break at minimum from just working on different tasks, to refuel and come back with new energy to take on the next big things. But as said, the usual process is that I take 1 hour break and then at minimum watch educational videos for 1 hour. Now, when I watch these educational videos, it's important for me that I take notes. So the process I have in place for this is that I create a task every week that I schedule for every Saturday, where I then input notes of the things that I've learned from these educational videos. So I watch educational videos on a daily basis, but then input the notes on a Trello task that is scheduled on Saturday. Now, when the Saturday comes, I turn these notes into actionable steps and actionable tasks to complete and implement the lessons I've learned into my business and operations. So if we take a look at the notes right here, for example, these are notes that I've taken throughout this week, which I'm supposed to on Saturday go over all of the notes and turn them into actionable tasks. So if we take, for example, this note right here. So in my intro, I should mention that I've worked with major brands like Lego, because everyone can say that they run an agency in the metaverse. But what makes me trusted and worth listening to is that I've created brand experience for major brands like Lego, and that is something not everyone can say. So this is a lesson I learned from watching an educational video. And the thing that I'm supposed to do on Saturday is to turn that lesson into an actionable step. So for example, with this specific note, I would input that rule into our script writing when writing the layouts and scripts for our YouTube videos. And the reason why it's so important for me to turn the notes into actionable steps and actionable tasks for me to complete the following weeks is that if I just input a bunch of notes from videos I learned, but then don't do anything with it or don't create an actionable plan for them, they really don't mean anything, because in a few days' time or in maximum a week, all of the lessons will likely just be forgotten, and I won't have implemented or really learned anything because I wouldn't have implemented the lessons into my business operations. So I would then just need to relearn it again and again. But when I have this process of creating on a weekly basis, every Saturday, I know that I should check my notes and turn these notes into actionable steps to implement into my business. And that has worked wonders, because it means that I can implement and curate all of the notes that I get, all of the lessons I get throughout the week from these videos, and just otherwise events that I attend or ideas that I get throughout the week. And every Saturday, I just come down and turn them into actionable steps. Now, another strategy I use when I want to learn something specific is that I search up and do some research on a specific topic. Let's say that I want to learn more about sales. I would then search up a bunch of YouTube videos on that topic and add that to my list to then the following days watch those educational workshops and learn that specific topic. Because to me, daily lessons has significantly boosted my personal growth and my business growth, because the systems and process I've implemented from the lesson I learned from my educational videos have led me to signing some of the major clients that we have got. I would have, for example, never started with posting on LinkedIn at all if I wouldn't have watched these educational videos, and posting on LinkedIn led us to securing a deal with Lego, for example. And then there are, of course, major lessons that I get from educational videos, and sometimes there are some just small lessons that I learn. But an important thing I've also realized is that it doesn't always have to be something that I can take action on immediately that I learn, because sometimes I might learn something from a video that is not relevant to me at this stage. But since I've taken the time to learn that and get that into my head, when I face a challenge, which that lesson is relevant for, I now have the resources and skills and understanding of how to tackle that issue. So sometimes I have learned something within an educational video, but that hasn't come to use through until many months later when that specific lesson was useful. So another thing I realized is that it is fine if I don't write down notes on a session of watching educational videos. So I might watch educational videos for 2 hours, but I don't write down any notes. But I'm fine with that, because I know that the lessons will come in hand later down the line. So I don't stress myself to just having to write down notes always and feel like otherwise they are a waste of time, because that is something I felt like before. When I was watching educational videos and I didn't write down any notes, I felt like I was just wasting my time, and that I would instead have had a higher leverage of actually working on different tasks within the business. But what I soon realized is that the lessons I learned from watching the education videos, even though I didn't take notes or didn't have a specific action plan for them at this stage, they can be very useful later down the line. And this lesson made me realize that daily education is always worth it, and why I've continued to go through with this process on a daily and consistent basis. So I want to ask you, what approach do you take to enhancing your skills and educating yourself? You also have a playlist where you save your workshops to watch, and then have a system to take notes, and then turn those notes into actionable steps? Or how do you stay on top of things? Now, I've been Melvin Hedlund, and I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to connect with me and learn more about our services at our agency of doing brand activations in Minecraft and Roblox, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I hope to connect with you.